Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either Randy Chavez coming at you today with a DEVVE update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. So we had a little bit of an announcement today, both from DEVVE and DevvStream. They are sister companies here, and we'll go over both of them. The DEVVE ecosystem, which has 33,000 followers over on X, you can go over there and give them a follow right meow. And they say big news for their token DEVVE. The DevvStream, which is listed on the NASDAQ under the ticker Delta Echo Victor Sierra, has now formally committed to purchasing multi-million-dollar tranches in the DEVVE token starting this year. $1 million in 2025, $1.27 million in 2026, and another $1.27 million in 2027. Plus a 25% bonus in token warrants. Those warrant tokens will be locked for 6 months, showing long-term alignment. Additionally, agreed to cooperate on technical integration, joint marketing, ESG impact tool co-development, and joint working group established within 30 days of this announcement. This is a strong vote of confidence in the DEVVE ecosystem and strengthens the project's long-term financial outlook. I've been talking about DEVVE for quite a while because of their contingent transaction sets, their mathematically instantaneous settlements, the 8.5 million transactions per second that they can do, and the T+0 settlement time is why I've acquired 100,000 DEVVE tokens. Currently not worth a lot, but they had been as low as I think 12 cents, I think last year, and as high as $1.80 earlier this year. And you know, up until recently, they were down to 25 cents again recently. And now they're back up to 40 cents. So again, it's okay, how and why? Well, we'll go over a couple of reasons why. These $1.5 million in DEVVE that the DevvStream that's listed over on NASDAQ is going to buy for their they have, you know, a lot of people have Bitcoin reserve. So they do have a reserve with Bitcoin and with Dev. So it's going to be there for the long term, but they're not buying it from the market. Like, well, Chavez, if they bought it from the market, why are we up 8% today? Probably just the news, and they did release an actual article, which I'll go over right now. The DevvStream has not had a great month. They were at $2.75 per share earlier this month, or early November, I should say, and they're down to $1.77 right now. And they're only at a $6.8 million market cap, so close to 69. And again, we'll go over a bunch of stuff that they do, but let's go to the article that they wrote. DEVVE's excited to announce that DevvStream has officially filed with the US SEC, confirming a long-term financial commitment to the DEVVE token. This marks a significant milestone for our ecosystem, underscoring both the credibility of the DEVVE project and the strength of our partnership with publicly traded NASDAQ-listed company. This is a vote of confidence for DEVVE. The decision by DevvStream to add DEVVE tokens to its balance sheet represents a powerful signal of confidence in both DEVVE as a company and the DEVVE token as a digital asset. Having a NASDAQ-listed organization hold DEVVE tokens as part of its treasury demonstrates the real-world validation and financial recognition of the token's utility, integrity, and long-term value proposition. This alignment with regulated public entity strengthens DEVVE's standing in the broader market, positioning us as a leader in blockchain-enabled ESG solutions. Sonny Trin, the CEO of DevvStream, says that we see blockchain not as a speculative bet, but as the next structural foundation of global commerce. By integrating digital transparency into the way sustainability assets are tracked and traded, we aim to be one of the first to build the tools investors and corporations will rely on as carbon markets mature. DEVVE is expected to become a major component of that vision, and is part of a broader strategy to make third-party verified environmental credits both measurable and investable. Ray Quintana, who's the CEO of the Forever Association, said DevvStream's commitment to purchase DEVVE tokens looks at the current market rates, signals the close relationship that DEVVE is building with its institutional partners. We will work closely with DevvStream over the coming months to deliver on all aspects of this investment, enriching the DEVVE ecosystem and network not just financially, but also opening new opportunities for DEVVE's advancement on-chain infrastructure as a NASDAQ-listed company. We welcome DevStream's recognition of DEVVE as a strategic asset to add to their treasury. The announcement comes just weeks after DEVVE launched the official network, Next Generation Layer 1, which is now open to public builders. Be advised the OTC purchase will be based on a 10-day VWAP price at the time of purchase. That's just the variable weighted average price. So whatever it is over the last 10 days, they just average it. Also, Chavez, you said that they weren't buying from the open market. So who's getting that money? Well, DEVVE's getting that money. What are they going to do with that money? Whatever it is that they want. If you take a look at their roadmap, they have a couple of things left for Q4, which we have about 8 weeks left in. Now, what have they done in the second half of the year so far? Well, the project foundation and testing infrastructure. They've had core developmental standards and test frameworks established for ecosystem reliability. They had their public shard launch, where developers gain access to the DevX API and testnet to start building on-chain. They've had a dev white paper update, which updated utility, model outlines, current and future value for DEVVE holders. And the DEVVE Exchange updated websites, which is really cool. So new sites to improve UX and guide users on how to earn participate. And then they also have an institutional partner integration strategy and architecture design, where system architectures finalize with key institutional partners, which is great. They haven't announced what some of these partners are. Like, we know they have Delubak, they know they have some really awesome companies, but their exchange partner is really the announcement that a lot of people are really curious about. In Q4, they have VASP licensing, regulatory approvals to secure enable compliant growth and institutional access. They have to announce institutional exchange partner, which again, it could be anyone from London Exchange, Beijing, Hong Kong, New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and like a dozen more that it could be. It's kind of like that Harry Potter prophecy. Why does everyone think that Harry, fulfills a prophecy? Because they all believe he is. It could very well have easily been Neville Longbottom, but they all chose it to be Harry. They could probably get any of those institutions that I just talked about, any of those stock exchanges, but they're going to choose one, at least for now. I think they might do multiple in the future. Then they have the DEVVE integration with the DevX S2. The lending and borrowing is going to go live on DevX and the platform version 1 launch. So all of this is scheduled to happen in Q4. Will one or two of these things get delayed till Q1 of next year? Maybe. There was like one thing I think that was delayed in Q3 that came in like the first couple days of Q4. But for this, as far as I know, they plan to release everything. And again, we have, what's today? It'll be November 8th by the time you guys see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 weeks left. Some of that might actually come sooner than expected because, again, an extra $1 million goes a long way. Now, in addition, DevStream will receive warrants for an additional 25% of tokens with each purchase, which will be locked for 6 months, further reinforcing long-term alignment and shared growth objectives. There's also strategic strength and long-term runway. The incoming funds from the agreement are being strategically allocated to extend DEVVE's operational runway, enabling us to further invest in product development, technical integration, and ecosystem expansion. So again, a lot of what I just said. This added financial strength ensures that we can continue executing a roadmap confidently and sustainably, providing greater stability and reassurance for all token holders. By bolstering our financial foundation, we are ensuring that DEVVE remains well positioned to deliver lasting value, scale our impact, and maintain momentum through multiple years of growth. Well, Chavez, if they needed to go in and raise money, why couldn't they just sell part of the company instead of diluting tokens? Well, it's DevStream that has this in their strategic crypto reserve, so it's not like they're going to sell it anytime soon. And even when they do, likely years from now, it'll be most likely, and again, this is my personal opinion, probably when DEVVE's multiple, if not dozens of dollars, and potentially hundreds of dollars, depending on how crazy this next alt season goes. And I don't think anyone will really care at that point. But also, why would you sell part of the company when you don't have to? One of the things that you learn as I've had multiple companies, still do, you learn that you don't want to give up ownership right away, especially when that ownership involves something like IP, such as daCat. More on that in a little bit. So this makes sense. They get to sell some tokens that won't enter circulating supply for a long time. They don't have to give up any of their part of the company for it, and they get $1 million in 2025, not including the $1.25 million that they get in 2026, and the other $1.25 million in 2027. So aside from the $1 million they get this year, it's another $2.5 million over the next 2 years. Am I the Hulk in Avengers Endgame? Because I see this as an absolute win. You also have deepening collaboration. Beyond the financial investment, both parties are committed to close collaboration across several key areas, including technical integration, joint marketing initiatives, ESG impact tool co-development, and governance participation through a newly established joint working group to be formed with 30 days of the announcement. The new framework replaces prior partnership agreements, offering a clearer, stronger, and more aligned structure that supports the long-term success of both organizations. In summary, the transactions are more than just a purchase. It's a validation of DEVVE's mission, technology, and future. The addition of DEVVE tokens to the balance sheet of NASDAQ-listed company marks a pivotal moment for our ecosystem and provides a strong foundation for the years ahead. Also, what I am going to do as owner of the IP and one of the owners of the wallet, we are going to add 1,000 DEVVE tokens to daCat. And daCat will have that on their balance sheet, as they already have a couple trillion daCat tokens, and they have a couple million OMI on there as well. We're going to add DEVVE also. I hope in this way we can one day have some cooperation between the two companies. Maybe add them in our comic. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone, let's get this bread. I love you. Bye-bye to dashi. Bye-bye, dashi. Talk to y'all later. Meow, meow, meow.